Hello, everybody. Welcome back to episode 8 of the One of These Days podcast. As always, I'm joined by Jack.
Hello, everybody. It's a beautiful evening tonight. It's a nice Monday evening. Good to see that Monday's over. Very excited about that. Very excited about this podcast tonight. And I spoke long enough to make this good enough.
Yeah, I reckon it's probably outdone your last few podcasts or your
Yeah,
last
it's
few
more than I
intros.
spoke.
I don't know.
With the other intros combined. So
I mean, last intro was pretty good. That was a high point for you. I think
yeah, that was the highlight of the
that was
probably
that was the pinnacle of the
podcast.
podcast, really. So yeah,
Yeah,
I reckon you've done well today. You've
absolutely.
you've you've gone for the serious route, mainly because you've forgotten about your origins after being the host. So
Yeah,
I've forgotten how to host, honestly. We've done it first try today though, so that's always a good thing. But
yeah.
yes. So what's it been? Four days. I've just got to think how many days it's actually been between
It's a big gap. This
Thursday
one.
and yeah, just like I'm not the brightest fellow. I think
The other one's a 3 day gap. The 4 day gap is very tough. Yeah, you go through a whole weekend
it's
without
tough.
recording.
Well,
It's
yeah.
tough.
Well, Monday's the best podcast of the week. That's what everybody says. It's critical acclaim.
Is it?
It's yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Well, I mean, why would it not be? You get TFL's comment of the week. There's better
that's
news
true.
usually.
And
Uh,
then yeah, 4 day break made a three. Definitely bigger news actually.
yeah. There's a
Better news.
whole extra day. It's great.
That's
So,
very true.
speaking of news, shall we get into the news of what's been happening over the last couple of days since we've recorded the last podcast? So, fresh off the press today, the news concerning the podcast, not concerning the
That's it.
podcast, but the podcast should be reporting on. Paul McCartney has claimed John instigated the Beatles breakup. Wow.
Wow, I'm pretty sure I did that a lot of times.
Well, okay, right. Well, I mean, news.com reported it, so I thought, wow, this must be groundbreaking stuff. So,
He's done. He said it on the Howard Stern show. Said yeah, John and the Beatles. Everyone knows this.
wow. Well, I mean, at least I'm
Yeah,
still avoiding the. I like Paul. I think he's probably my favourite Beatle. Who's your favourite Beatle?
Mr. George Harrison.
Fair enough. Okay, fair enough.
He left the Beatles because of a biscuit, so
Yeah,
pretty Chad stuff.
that's how I'd want to leave a band. When Flying South inevitably goes to shit, that's how I'm going to leave.
Well, it has to start to be honest. So,
Yeah. Well. Yeah. True.
mm.
I might as well just leave before it starts. Oi, you! Give me back my biscuit. Screw this. I'm out of here. Yeah.
I'm starting my own band. That will
I'm
never
starting.
do
I'm
anything.
going on a solo career. It's
A
right.
solo bass career.
Solid bass career. That's what the people want to see.
Yeah,
Anyway, in other news, Fury versus Wilder 3, was it? 3, yeah. That
I honestly have no idea, Cal.
yeah, well, it was 3. It happened yesterday, and it was an amazing fight. It was Tyson Fury, the man, the myth, the legend, probably my favourite boxer of all time.
Do you
Uh,
watch this shit, Cal? Do you actually?
I don't pay for. I don't watch the pay per view. I just
Oh, he
uh,
just does it
I just
illegally, everybody.
no no. That's not what I meant. I brush up on my highlights and I have a little gaze.
Oh,
But yeah, very very exciting match. A couple of knockdowns. Uh, but no, yeah, Tyson Fury is won the trilogy officially. Or actually, they drew once. I'm quite sure in the trilogy. So regardless, it would have. Well, if Fury won, it would have been not Fury, the other one, Wilder. Won. It would have been a bit of a awkward one because they would have had to do number 4. But no, I'm happy with the
jeez.
result. I like Tyson Fury. Good fighter. And
Hang on. If it's best out of three, how does it go to four?
what? Because one was a draw. So if Wilder won,
Oh,
it would have been 1-1-1. So
jeez, that would have
probably would have
sucked
been a fourth one.
balls.
Oh, there's still. I don't know how all this boxing promoting works because there's probably be a fourth one or something, but I don't know.
True.
I reckon I should just leave it here. Tyson's obviously the better fighter. He's a force to be reckoned. He's got a good reach, so I feel like that's probably a big
Yeah,
reason. He's not
he
the
can
greatest
reach those
athlete,
top
but
shelves.
he can reach the top shelves.
He
That's what's
should work at
important.
the supermarket I work at. Big tall shelves
Big
there,
tall
I reckon.
shelves. Yeah. Okay. More news. Wow. This is should I save this for last because this is pretty groundbreaking stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna save it for
Well, I
last.
don't. I can't. I'm not. I can't say yeah like I actually know what you're
Yeah.
talking
Okay.
about. But
Well,
yeah,
I'm gonna save it for last because it's very
if you
exciting.
see it, if you
Well,
see
not.
fit.
It's not exciting. It's rather sad, but
Oh,
I'll save it for later anyway.
it sort of pricks the ears though, sort of in a
It
way,
does.
doesn't it? I don't know
Anyway,
what you're talking about,
yeah.
but
Okay. More news. Apparently, there are calls to end Mount Everest's hike. What are your thoughts on that? So you can't climb Mount Everest, apparently.
what is it like? Is it dangerous?
No, it's something to do with climate change. I read, but I don't know.
Bro, what?
I need to look into it more. But
Well,
they were one of the.
I'd have to see the reasons why it's been
There were
cancelled. I
multiple
can't just.
factors. I think it was due to climate change and something to do
Wait,
with that.
is it not good for the environment, or is
Well,
it too
well, I don't.
dangerous now to climb because of climate change?
Yeah, well, I don't know. It could be both, but I don't know if it's impacting the actual landscape. I think they should probably call it quits. But if it's not really doing anything, but I feel like this wouldn't have sparked anything if it wasn't anything. So we'll have
I
to
feel
wait
like
and see. We'll have
people
to.
climbing mountains probably doesn't affect the environment, so I imagine it's probably too dangerous now.
Yeah, probably.
Wet snow,
Yeah, that's
maybe.
yeah. Well, we'll have to wait and see how it pans out anyway.
Again,
Not
another
not
case for
not
our man that needs to be on the laptop typing in stuff, researching stuff. Another case for
yeah.
that.
Well, I reckon we need to get one of those. We just yeah. Well, I reckon I'm calling it. We'll have one of them before episode 15. That's a big
So what
goal.
are we up to now? Are we up
8.
to episode 8?
So we got seven to go
Oh,
before.
jeez.
Um,
Jeez, that's
yeah.
not a lot of time, Cal.
Well, it's 3.5 weeks. Should be right. Um,
Alright.
but yeah, it's not really concerning me because I'm not exactly the fittest human, so I couldn't really climb Mount Everest if I wanted to. But yes. Anyway,
Alright.
okay. More news concerning me and my TikTok audience. Sam
Oh,
Fender
jeez.
has released 17 Going Under, his new album, which is exciting because the singles leading up to it have been quite good. So I'm excited to actually give it a listen. I haven't yet, but yeah, it looks good. It's been pretty praised on my Snapchat, so not by
Wow.
me, but by other avid listeners.
Well, that's the
Um,
album I'm actually recommending today, so
oh wow, great.
yeah, that'll be good.
That'll be lovely. So yeah, that's exciting. Now the big news of the week.
Ooh.
It's quite saddening.
Oh.
I feel very dirty doing this, and
Alright.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment by doing this. But TF Cal, myself, has
Yeah.
mentioned Metallica on his TikTok. Oh, I can't believe it. That,
Oh my god.
somebody's just gonna clip it. Me saying that I'm not gonna put Metallica on my TikTok ever. Literally a
Where
couple
is
of
it?
episodes ago, and
Oh no, it's not. It's not in your covers video, is it?
no, it's not in. Oh, I'm not gonna give anything away, but no, it was in yesterday's video. Like the order of band, I did call them bad, but nonetheless, I did
Oh.
mention them. So
I feel like there's a clause where it's sort of like you're allowed to have Metallica in there if you're saying they suck in the video. I thought it was you're not allowed to give Metallica praise.
no,
You
no.
can still
Well,
give them, or is any publicity
I
good?
feel like
Good publicity.
yeah. Well, I don't know because
Is that your
it's kind of
philosophy?
in my comments. It's kind of sparked a whole lot of Metallica fans going off at me. So
Oof.
like there was a lot of like they were all coming together just to spite me yesterday. It was Radiohead fans, Weezer fans, Green Day fans, Metallica fans. They're all just coming
Wow.
together just to tell me
Yeah.
I was wrong, and it was
I
incredible.
did
I
actually
felt
read those comments, and
yeah,
they were pretty rough. And I think
yeah,
I've
it
predicted
was.
what comment's going to be in the top three. You got the
Wow.
comment of the week this week, which is going to be fun.
Yeah, this is
Didn't have that on
exciting.
Thursday.
Best part of the week, if you ask me. But
Mm.
yeah. So it was quite unifying to see everybody ravel up against me, and it was brought a tear to my eye. So yeah, that was
The
lovely.
super villain.
It's the super villain. I'm the villain of TikTok. It's terrible. Yeah. Well, I'm on the way out anyway, so it's fine. But
Yeah. This podcast is what's keeping your career alive.
it's the only thing. Right. So anyway, on to the album review. You know the procedure by now if you're a recurring listener.
Yes.
So we give each other an album to review every episode. We go away and review it, and then we come back and tell each other what we thought of the album. Last week, I gave Jack "Live for the Moment" by the Sherlocks, and Jack gave me "Let There Be Rock" by AC/DC. So we've gone away, reviewed them as always, and now we're back with the results.
Yes.
Yes, we are. Very,
Exciting.
very exciting stuff. Do you want to go first, or shall I?
No, I'll go first.
Okay.
So I tell you what, this is a hard listen. This one.
Oh, jeez. Oh,
You
no.
know, it's
Oh, no.
this is a rough one. This is a real rough one. It's every band you've ever recommend, every album you've ever recommended to
no.
me, just all bunched into one. You know,
Well,
it's
that could be a
boy.
good thing.
No, it's not
Oh,
because it's
jeez.
very tough to listen to.
This is
It's not.
usually the
It's
part
not.
where you say, "No, I'm joking. No, I'm joking." It's not
No,
coming
no.
this episode. I'm scared.
I like George Ezra because that's a bit different. That's not really a TFL sort of thing. This is just the most generic sounding shit I've ever heard. You know,
Oh, wow.
it's not interesting. I barely have anything interesting to say about any of these songs because there's literally just they're all the same. It's like they're all just sort of just it's painful to listen to really, and I don't like the vocals either. I sort of feel like the vocals here they don't really sound good, and I don't like the guys singing, and the production sort of where the instrumental is sort of prioritized over the vocals, which it doesn't sound good. It's not a good combo, and yeah, I just don't like this album. It's a very generic
Jeez.
TFL sort of album. Yeah, I don't
Oh,
know.
wow. I'm in
I don't
tears
know how
here.
you listen to this shit. This is what I wrote. This is what I wrote in my
I
overview
don't
of
particularly
the
listen
notes.
to it in whole. I just listen to singles off it. But
No,
I thought
I just
the album
wrote
was
in the
alright.
notes here. I don't know how Cal can possibly listen to this shit
Oh,
every
no.
day.
Oh,
Uh, yeah, but I didn't like this one. As you probably guessed, I'm giving it. Oh no, I'll say my worst song. My worst song "Was It Really Worth It,"
right.
which
Okay.
is somewhere on this album.
Do you have a
Only
ranking for that?
notes I wrote for this song was boring in all caps.
Oh, jeez.
Did I have a
That's...
what for what now?
Yeah, did you have a ranking was it worth it or?
Yeah, I gave it a 4 out of 10. Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
And then for the best song, it was "Escapade," which I thought was decent, which I gave a 6 out of 10.
Okay, right. Good. 6 out of... Oh,
Uh,
no. Oh, jeez.
That's the best you'll get from this album,
Decent.
everybody.
Ah, I thought...
That's the best.
I liked Blue, and I liked Last Night, and I like Live for the Moment. I think they're all
Well, do
good
you want
songs.
to tell you what rating I gave for every song?
Like,
I
yeah,
gave
why not?
I gave "Will You Be There" a 5 out of 10. "Live for the Moment" a 4.5 out of 10.
Oh,
"Escapade" a 6 out of 10. "Chasing Shadows" a 5 out of 10. "Blue" a 5.5 out of 10. "Nobody Knows" a 5 out of 10. "Was It Really Worth It" a 4 out of 10. "Turn the Clock" a 5.5 out of 10. "Last Night" a 6 out of 10. "Heart of Gold" a 5 out of 10. "Motions" a 4.5 out of 10. And "Candlelight" a 6 out of 10.
this hurts. This really hurts. Oh no.
You've really done goofed up with this
I
one,
really
Cal,
missed the
because
boat with this one.
this is the most generic. Like maybe if this was maybe if you'd given me like a lot of like different ones before this, but like I'm coming off the Snuts.
Yeah, well,
I'm coming off Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds. Fucking who else you listen to? Arctic Monkeys. They also it sounds like them all mashed together, man.
wow.
It's not great. I know you'd like this sort of shit, but
Jeez, that's rough.
very hard to listen to. I don't hate this. I don't hate the genre. I don't hate whatever you'd call it, indie rock.
Yeah.
But I really didn't think it was anything interesting, and it's just hard to listen to, man.
Oh, well, okay. That's
I don't
really,
imagine yours will be positive either.
that's incredibly deflating. Well, I mean, on the
You can get
upside,
revenge.
I think their new stuff's a lot better and more interesting than their old stuff. But who
That's
knows?
good.
Jack Bray's quite critical of
Better
this.
hope it was.
Yeah, well, I think it is. I think it sounds a lot more proper and a lot more fulfilled. So can only wait and see what comes
How
of it.
old were these gentlemen at the time of this
Fairly young because
release?
they're still
I
fairly young
don't,
at the moment, but
I
I
don't
don't
want to
know
be
exactly.
dunking on some 18-year-olds releasing their album, like releasing an
Well, it
album.
was 5 years ago, so they would
Blame
probably be.
TF Cal
No,
for
don't. I
recommending this
praise
album.
them. I love the Sherlocks. I just
But I
okay.
don't, and I'm the one reviewing it, Cal.
Wow, this is terrible. Okay, so now it's my go to rip shreds. My
Yes.
my album was "Let There Be Rock" by AC/DC, and Jesus Christ, this was one of the worst things I've ever heard. It. Okay, you know how you were talking about there's nothing interesting in the Sherlocks.
Mm.
This was there is no creativity on this album whatsoever.
Oh, you're wrong. So,
It all sounded exactly the same, and I could hardly distinguish any song apart.
no.
It was
I don't know. I don't know how you can say this after
ACDC.
recommending me this
Normally
Sherlock's
ACDC
album.
is bad, but this was my rating won't reflect it. But it was dreadful. It was horrible. But I mean, what more would I expect from AC/DC?
Yes.
I despise them.
Yes.
So right, my highlight of the album was Overdose, which I gave 7 out of 10. And then my low light was Problem Child and Hell Ain't a Bad Place to Be. They were both dreadful songs.
Disgusting.
Um,
Yeah, I can't believe this.
well, I mean, okay. Well, the lowest score was a 5, and the highest was a 7. So they're all somewhere in between there. But I hated the sound of the album, and I was trying to look a bit more positive. So I boosted it to a 6 overall, which is my final standing, a 6 out of 10. But yeah, this is pretty bad. There was 8 songs, so there's not a lot of room for repetitiveness. But this really didn't surprise me. This was just the same thing over and over again, which is pretty much AC/DC to a T. They use the same 3 chords or something.
Yes.
But
Oasis fan moment.
oh
Yes.
wow, shush. But yeah, no, I never recommend the AC/DC again. That was dreadful.
The
Um,
AC/DC. Wow.
Yeah, the AC/DC. Yeah, that's it. Right. So, okay, now that shit show's over, we can hopefully look for fresh beginnings.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I might have hit the mark for this album. I think you might enjoy this one. So
I better.
right. So now, if you're unaware, we are recommending each other our album for the upcoming episode. Jack, what have you given me?
I've given you Blind Faith by Blind Faith.
Oh, okay. Never heard of them. This
Okay, well, the front cover's a bit controversial.
right.
We're
Well,
gonna
okay.
forget the
No, well, convenient. So's mine. So
your front cover's a bit controversial
yeah.
as well. Well, mine is child pornography. The front
Okay.
cover,
Right. Okay.
which,
Mine's
which
not.
is
Mine's not that
it's
controversial.
not. It's yeah. Mine isn't. Mine's yeah. But yeah. Just forget about the cover art.
Right. So, do you want to tell me anything about the album? What I should expect going in? Or
Eric Clapton's the guitarist.
all right.
The drummer and the guitarist are the same from
From Cream.
Cream.
All right.
So,
So what's different? The
Eric
bass
Clapton and
player.
Ginger Baker. The bass player is I forgot his name, but the singer is Steve Winwood, who
Oh yeah.
you know the song "Higher Love."
Yeah.
You know who he is. So
Yeah.
there you
Okay.
go.
Jeez.
I think he's a great singer. So
That'll be an
there you go.
interesting dynamic, I think. So,
Yes, I think you'll enjoy it. It's will you enjoy it? It's 5 songs from like a 30-something minute album. So it's a
okay.
bit of a you have to not power through it. You have to sort of stick with it. But I think it'll be good.
Okay. Right. Lovely. So, I'm kind of banking on you not of listening or not of what's the word? Not of. I'm hoping you haven't listened to this, which I don't think you have because you said you didn't know who they were last week. So,
Right.
it's also a little bit of a controversial album cover, not because of your reasons, just because it was a bit of a curvy bottom. Well, yeah, right. It's
Curvy bottom.
Is This It by The Strokes?
Is this it by the Strokes?
Yeah, I think I've got high hopes for you on this one.
I've heard of the Strokes.
Okay, good.
I haven't heard the album, obviously, but
no, But yeah, I have high hopes for this. It's quite a critically acclaimed album. 2000s rock at its finest, I'd say, or garage rock, whatever you want to call it. But band out of New York, and kind of influenced the Arctic Monkeys a bit, so you could expect that. But I think you might enjoy this one, which I'm kind of hoping you are, because I'm down bad here. But
and you better enjoy this one as well. We're both coming off very disappointing albums.
Yeah, geez, it was a rough week for the old album review.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
People come here for a negative thing sometimes. It's good to have negative.
It's just.
That's definitely the worst rating I've ever given an album. I'd like to go on the 10th episode, which will be episode 9, or the chronology. I'd like to do instead of where we rank the top 10 things. I think we should do ranking the albums we've been recommended, which I think will be a fun one.
Oh, okay. Or we could add that on to something. I mean, like, we could do it like a...
Oh, we can still do it as a separate thing.
We could do a tier list. Yeah.
I think a tier list.
Tier list.
Yes.
We're living in 2019, yeah.
Yeah, I mean the YouTube fans might be enjoying that a bit more than the Spotify fans.
Oh well, I mean, if we describe it alright, it should be fine. But,
yes, no, that's fine.
Got to use your imagination.
Yes,
right.
A little bit.
Now, speaking of the top 10, that's what we're doing today. We're doing the
everyone's favourite segment. Now that I've decided.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's my favourite to do. I enjoy this thoroughly. I enjoy it a lot more than discography ranking. This is right. So every week, well, not every week, the last couple of podcasts, we've ranked the top 10 of something. Last week it was songs over 2 minutes. The week before, songs over 10 minutes. Or episode before. Now today, what we're doing top 10 best cover songs. So we're doing songs that have been, if you're unaware, songs that have been covered by somebody. So say I don't know, the Rolling Stones make a song, and then I don't know, Nirvana makes their own version of it. So that's kind of what the concept of this is, if you're unaware. But I'm assuming everybody is.
Here's how I described it to Cal on Snapchat.
Yeah, he did a bit of a dictionary.com.
A song by... No, I didn't. I actually came up with this myself. A song by a band/artist that has been previously performed by another band/artist that is not written by the band/artist in question. The cover... It can't just be not written by the band. It also has to be not the original version of the song. So,
Right. I'm hoping I've done everything right here.
Yes, yeah. I think you'd be right. Like, basically anything written by, like, Elvis. Like, even though he didn't hardly wrote any of his songs, still, if he performed it first,
right, yeah, okay.
Someone else wrote it for him, but he performed it first. That doesn't count as a cover. Yeah.
Okay, right. I think I got that. Okay, right. Do you want me to start, or do you want to go first?
Why don't you go first?
I will go first.
Exciting one.
Okay, jeez,
we did
curveball.
Switcheroo last week.
Wow.
It's with the intro, but you can do this one first.
Okay, so geez, I'm not used to this. Okay, so number 10, I've got Video Games by the Young Professionals, originally by Lana Del Rey. Right. It's a bit of a not really setting the tone for the list exactly. This one's a bit more electronic poppy, but yeah, it was a TikTok sound, I think. So yeah, it's a bad start, but no, yeah, I enjoy this song. I enjoy it a lot more than the original. So I think this is a W of a cover, if you ask me. But I think a W of a cover, yeah. But I think the fans will horrifically disagree with me, because I mean they're quite strongly what's the word, like in belief of their artist Lana Del Rey. So
Lana Del Rey fans listen to us?
Probably none of them. Well, I'd hope not after that, but yeah, another brick through the window, woohoo. Right, so number 10 for you, what have you got?
So number 10 for me is American Woman by Lenny Kravitz. Originally recorded by the Guess Who. I think they did before him. I don't know if that was a cover either or not. But yeah, American Woman by Lenny Kravitz. It's just a classic riff, classic song. You can't beat a good old American Woman by Lenny Kravitz.
There you go. Song. Can't say I've ever heard it, which is a bit ridiculous for my standards, but No, no,
Ridiculous.
normally I know what you're talking about. Today I just got nothing.
I'm just waffling. Yeah.
Just waffling. Okay, number 9. Now this is the only song on the list where I think I might have cooked it by definition. It's "Tainted Love" by Soft Cell covering Gloria Jones. So,
Right, how have you cooked it?
well, I mean, I don't think she wrote it. I think somebody else wrote it for her, but then it was her song, if you know what I mean. So, well,
Right.
I mean, she sang it first, so I'm counting it's her song.
Yeah, you're doing the soft cell version, right?
Yeah.
And Gloria Jones recorded it originally.
Okay.
Before.
No, I got you.
That's
Yeah.
fine. No,
Okay,
if
right.
someone's
Yep.
already performed it, like it doesn't matter who wrote it. Like
Okay, right.
I don't
Right.
even know who wrote American Woman. I don't even know if they guess who wrote it or not.
Okay, right. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, yeah. Well, Tainted Love, one of the few likable things from the 80s, in my opinion.
Jeez.
Well, God, I hate the 80s. It's just so overrated. But no, yeah, I don't mind it. It's not my favourite song in the world, but I thought it was a more renowned cover. So I thought it well and truly deserved a spot on the list. So I think 9 was quite appropriate for this. So yes,
Yep.
number 9. What have you got?
I've got a bit of an odd one. Probably
Okay.
not heard. Not very mainstream. This is "See Emily Play" by David Bowie,
Oh,
originally by
jeez.
Pink Floyd.
Wow.
So David Bowie has this whole album of covers
Yeah.
called Pin-Ups from 1973, and this really helped with this
Oh,
one
great.
because
Yeah.
that's the only song I really have heard from that album. That album's not a very popular one,
Yeah.
but this is a
Jeez.
good cover. Obviously, I don't think it's as good as the actual one, but it's a well-written song and it's performed by a legend. So,
Wow.
David Bowie, "See Emily Play." There you go.
I'm gonna have to give that a listen. I think. That's didn't know
Yes,
that existed, so I'm quite intrigued now.
yes,
But
yes. It's
okay.
Pin-Ups album. You might
Jeez.
have a few ones you recognise and listen to some of the covers there.
Well, I hope
Not
so.
too bad.
Yeah. Jeez. I feel like Arnold Lane would have suited him better. I think.
Yeah.
Think that's more of it. Well, did he cover it or did he not? He might have. I don't know.
What?
Arnold Lane.
Arnold
I
Lane.
don't think he did. But
I don't think you did. No.
yeah, I don't know. I can picture him covering that more. But no. Yeah, I'll be
Yeah.
intrigued. Okay, number 8. I've got now. I might piss a few people off
You've got
by.
now. Wow, great.
No,
Song.
okay, shush. I might piss a few people off by who I've got as covering it.
Oh no.
I've gone for "Come On Feel the Noise" by Oasis covering Slade. I thought they did it a lot better than Quiet Riot did. Quiet Riot it feels a bit empty. It doesn't feel very rocky or very heavy in comparison to this one. I think Oasis did it quite well. Liam really suits the vocals, I think, and they played at Main Road, one of the most iconic gigs they've ever done, and yeah,
Is Main
so,
Road the old Manchester City home
yes,
ground?
yeah, that's right. Wow,
Yes,
knows your
bang,
stuff.
because yes, I know my stuff about
Yeah,
stadiums. Well,
jeez. Oasis,
bang.
obviously big Manchester City fans, so.
We should do quizzes on this, like on this podcast. I reckon
Yeah, jeez.
if you gave me stadium ones, things regarding stadiums, I reckon I could do pretty well on that quiz. Not
Yeah.
about music. I
I
think I
reckon,
probably
I reckon
fucked up, but yeah.
I would have been able to maybe 5 years ago. I used to indulge in that stuff, but
Average stadium enjoyer.
yeah, I know it's incredible, but yeah, no, that's gone down the drain now. So
Yes,
number
let's
8,
talk about the song.
what have you got?
I've got also with the David Bowie theme. I've got "The Man Who Sold the World" by Nirvana, originally by David Bowie. So
All right,
you know,
yeah,
it's one of Nirvana's more popular songs. I think what "The Man Who Sold the World" by David Bowie didn't have is done pretty well in this one.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is just a really good cover.
Yep.
Really good song by itself. The electric guitar, the intro, sounds better than whatever David Bowie had in his intro. It might have been a guitar, but it was not a distortion guitar compared to
Yep.
uh, Nirvana. So yeah, that's what I've got for that one.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Number 7, I've put "Knocking on Heaven's Door" by Guns N' Roses covering Bob Dylan.
This is actually a funny one. I actually much prefer Bob Dylan's version compared to the fucking Guns N' Roses. I forgot their name. How do I forget their name?
Yeah,
I just always
fair
forget their
enough.
name.
Yeah.
I always nearly call them the Stone Roses, like all the time. Now that you've
Wow,
talked about
jeez.
Stone Roses,
TFL influence, look at that.
I've never listened to a Stone Roses song still. I don't plan on doing it, but
Oh,
there's
well,
there's something.
jeez. Okay. He's kind of hinting me towards recommending him the album. But
Oh no,
no,
you
I
said you didn't
I
like the '80s, man.
I
Come
don't
on,
well,
don't
it
do
was
it.
89. Give it a rest. It was nearly 90s. Uh,
80 is 80.
yeah, okay, that's fair. Yeah, well, going on from what you said, I think there's only one song on this list that I prefer the actual original to. Um,
Right.
I mean, I don't think it's that bizarre, but yeah. Knocking on Heaven's Door, one of the few Guns N' Roses songs I actually like. Um, I'm not huge on them. It's mainly Axl Rose's voice. I think it's a bit wow wow wow. Yeah, it's a bit much for me. But
You should come to the Guns N' Roses concert next year with me. I'll be about 57 by then, so I don't need an adult to go with me. So you'll be all right.
you're a big boy. You're fine.
Yeah, yeah, I am.
Right. Okay.
Big
What
boy now.
a big boy now. What have you got at 7, Mr. Tungan?
Uh, Seven for me is "Sweet Dreams You Made of This" by Marilyn Manson,
Oh,
originally by
oh, oh,
Eurythmics.
oh, oh,
This is a
oh.
really good cover. I don't necessarily like "Sweet Dreams You Made of This" by Eurythmics. It's a good song, but I don't. It doesn't tickle my fancy. But this is a really good song. It's a bit slowed down, a bit Marilyn Manson-y.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah, it's a good song. Yeah, good cover.
I,
Hence
I'm
why I have it
yeah.
seven.
I'm just not going to comment.
What? What's
Yeah.
your problem? What's up your ass?
I think yeah. Okay. Well, I think okay. You know how I hate Green Day?
Yeah.
Marilyn Manson is the one below it.
Oh, come on.
No.
Come
Oh,
on.
I just
Come on.
like
Someone woke up on the wrong side of the bed here.
no,
Come on.
no. I hate Marilyn Manson's like whole persona. I hate the music. I hate how overrated he is. So yeah, no. Marilyn Manson, big thumbs down from TFL. But what number were we up to? Number 6.
Six.
Okay, number 6. Swiftly moving on. I've put
No, we're up
Helter.
to seven. We're up to seven. We're up to seven.
No, we're up
Wait,
to
no.
6.
No, wait, yeah, because I don't go first anymore.
Number
Oh, you
6.
were spoiling your answer.
I've
Never mind.
I've gone Helter Skelter by Oasis covering the Beatles. I think okay, that's another one that's going to annoy people.
Yeah, this is cringe, man. You can't have two Oasises.
Well, no, I have, so sucked in.
Cringe.
Cringe. Well, okay. I think this one sounds a lot more hearty. It's not as lacking. I think I still like Helter Skelter from the Beatles, but I think this one feels a lot more weighty, and it's got a
Girthy.
good girthy. Yeah, that's the word. It's got a good girth behind it. Okay. And it sounds a lot more hearty. It's a bit more heavy, I'd say. But yeah, and Noel sings it, so automatically a fan, I reckon. Don't think he's sung a bad Oasis song particularly. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. Number 6, what have you got?
So the one I've got, I don't actually know. I'm actually searching up right now to see who it was originally sung by. Okay, I found it. I Fought the Law by the Clash, originally by the fucking Crickets. So uh, there you go. I like this
Wow.
song. I like the Clash. It's not particularly one of my all-time favorite Clash songs, but it's very solid. It's a
Yep.
popular Clash song.
Yep.
It's good.
Okay. Short and simple. That's what we like.
Yep.
Okay. Now, conveniently, number 5, I've gone for "The Man Who Sold the World" by Nirvana, covering David Bowie, obviously.
Yep.
Obviously, famed from doing it on MTV Unplugged. I think he screwed a couple parts up, but I didn't really notice. I thought it was still very good. It's like I like the tone to it as well. It's like yeah, that was good tone. I liked the vocals and not much more to say on it, but yeah, good song, good cover, and yeah. So number 5, what have you
Yep.
got?
So I've got "The Devil Went Down to Georgia" by Primus, originally by the Charlie Daniels Band. So this is a good song. As it hence why it's five. But
Wow,
yeah,
no, I was unaware.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I like the thing about this song. I like the part where the devil does his solo thing, because it's like actually a bit more heavier when the devil does it. It feels right. It's a bit more heavier, even if the devil hardly plays the fiddle. Even in the original, he doesn't really play the fiddle that much. It's a bit weird, but yeah, it is heavier, and it does actually sound like very sinister. The devil part,
hmm
and yeah, it's a good song, and the music video is very good. This one's not on Spotify, which is a shame because that would be
Jeez.
in my
Okay, so that was
playlist.
that was you avoiding the question. Does it have to be on Spotify to include it? Um,
No, I didn't say that
no.
ever. I just literally,
Well,
if it's
okay,
by
yeah.
band, then
I feel like that was fair, but I just didn't want to like because by that theory, then I could just make something up like a oh I believe in yesterday, and I could have just uploaded that and say yep, my favorite cover
no.
of all time is
Look, we're
no
not the UEFA Champions League here. We're not running some sort of big thing here.
no we're
If that happened, we would rightfully call it out and we'd say, "Hang on, that's a bit fucking retarded." And
okay censored moment nice.
shit.
I told the one thing I told you before this, just don't say anything.
That I forgot. I
That's all
forgot.
right. It's
I
all right.
used that word,
He's
and
learning.
I'm not learning. I still will
No.
abuse it. It's
Okay.
in the podcast.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. Number 4, I've put "Hallelujah" by Jeff Buckley covering Leonard Cohen.
This is one of the ones where I prefer the bloody the original version.
Really? Wow.
Yes, yes.
I think Jeff Buckley sang it extraordinarily well.
I love
Obviously,
Leonard
as
Cohen, so
due to
yeah.
its critical acclaim, but I think no, I don't know.
Boring
I don't know.
song.
I think well, yeah, I don't know. It feels a lot. Well, it's not your typical like song. It's more of like a
Yeah.
sentimental, slow little.
I
Uh,
don't know. I've personally just never really found Hallelujah by Jeff Buckley interesting. I prefer Leonard Cohen's voice, to be honest, as well.
wow, jeez. Yeah. Well, I mean, Hallelujah is one of those songs. I think I personally prefer it opposed to any other version, really. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Subjective, obviously. But no, yeah, I think Jeff Buckley's one does wonders. So I've
Yeah.
put it at 4. Fair enough, I reckon. Right. So number 4, what have you got?
So number four for me is maybe a bit of an overplayed one.
Oh no.
Not particularly one of the greatest songs by this man. God bless his soul.
Oh no.
It's "Hurt" by Johnny Cash, originally
Oh,
by Nine
okay.
Inch Nails.
I didn't realize that was a Nine Inch Nails song.
Yeah, no, it's actually
Before,
it's in
yeah.
Rick and Morty in
Jeez.
the last episode of season two, I think.
Wow.
So yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably how most people know the Nine Inch Nails song. But it's a really good song, the Nine Inch Nails one
Yeah.
as well.
Before I did my research, I didn't know that was a Nine Inch Nails song. There you go.
Ooh, you sang before you done your research. Is it gonna show up in this video?
No,
Actually,
no, it will
oh,
not.
oh.
Um,
You
I,
could have said, maybe, just
no,
maybe
no,
give a
no.
little bit of
I'm being honest.
suspense.
I'm being honest. It's not going to. Yeah. Jeez. Anything particular about that cover that speaks to you, or
I guess it's just because it's like Johnny Cash, one of his
yeah,
last ever songs he ever recorded, and it's like it was like
yeah,
perfectly chosen for him. It's like it's nice how it contrasts the Nine Inch Nails one. Like the one Johnny Cash sings is about an old man who's sort of like reflecting on his life and he's about to die, compared to Nine Inch Nails one where it's about an angsty teenager who wants to fucking
yeah.
kill themselves. So, it's a good contrast, and the guitar and the piano and all that is very subtle. It's just really good in contrast to the Nine Inch Nails one.
And in context as well. I mean, it was one of his last songs, so I mean, I feel like it was
Yeah,
very fitting um
yeah,
for the occasion. Or occasion might be the wrong
yeah,
word, but for the time that it happened. So yeah, I feel like that was a well played song. Uh,
yeah.
right, okay, number 3. I've put "Bulls on Parade" by Denzel Curry, covering Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah.
He d-
This is one I have strong opinions about as well, but I'll let you go.
okay,
Sorry,
well
I can take over this.
he covered this on Triple J, which is a big like indie kind of old radio station
No,
in
no,
Australia.
no, it's not.
No, well,
It's not indie.
well, No, no, not indie. Well, that's the wrong. No, it's you know what I mean.
It's literally owned by the government, man.
Yeah,
It's not.
no, it specializes in that kind of music. I,
Mm.
I don't claim it. I don't particularly like Triple J, but no, yeah, I think it was like a version. That's my point.
Listen to podcasts instead, not radio shows, by the way.
Jeez. No, well, I
What do you
think
mean? We're on a podcast right now, Cal.
yeah, okay, I don't know what I'm on
No,
about.
I prefer radio shows. Podcasts suck.
Anyway, I think he's saying this with a lot more aggression, which is kind of fitting for the song. I think, given its nature, he's saying it very well. I think people also agree. So I mean, I feel like that's a fair enough argument. But yeah, I don't know. It just I'm a fan of his song. I'm not going to go political. Like I don't. I'm not going to say whether I agree or disagree with the politics,
That
but
was a big redneck, as we know.
no, I don't particularly agree with the
I don't want to
politics.
get the vaccine.
I don't agree with the politics. I'm not. I'm not giving an opinion on the politics, but I like how the song sounds. I like its like tone. I like its aggression, and I think Denzel Curry really did a good job in encapsulating that. So, what's your opinion on it then?
No, I'm not a cuck, but I can respect sort of leftist songs, even though I wouldn't consider myself a left-leaning person. But I don't think his vocals are that great. I much prefer the Rage Against the Machine vocals.
I do too. This is the only one that I prefer, the original. But I do think. Did I say I prefer this one? I don't. I don't. I prefer Rage Against the Machine, but I think this is a very good cover as well.
I sort of imagined, But yeah. No, I just the first time I ever heard this was in the Hottest 100, 2020, I think, and I just didn't particularly enjoy it that much. I'm gonna be real with you, Chief.
Oh, jeez.
I just sort of the vocals aren't doing it for me.
Fair enough.
First time I've ever been real on this podcast.
Wow,
so
jeez. Yeah, I don't know. I like both versions. I'll probably give the edge to Rage Against the Machine just because it's the OG. But
yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Denzel Curry did a good job of it though, so he didn't completely screw it up. Right. So what's your number 3?
My number 3 is Crossroads by Cream, which I think we talked about. Was it last episode?
It would have been, yeah.
Yes, I've given you 2 Clattons in a row, by the way.
Oh,
and Ginger Bakers in a row.
Wow.
Yeah, no, Crossroads by Cream, originally by Robert Johnson, is a very good song. It's just I don't know, it just does something for me. The way it sort of flows.
Yep.
With the riff, just really sort of sounds very nice and rounded. Sounds very, very nice.
It's a nice rounded song. Wow. There you go.
Yeah.
I got to sneeze, but I don't know if it's coming or not.
I'm gonna take my hoodie. It's really hot in here. I'll be back. You talk about your.
Wow, huge. Okay, so I don't know if he can still hear me or not. But I don't remember Crossroads. But yeah. So yeah, fair enough. Right, my number 2. What I've got All Along the Watchtower by Jimi Hendrix covering Bob Dylan. I mean, it's a classic.
I've got that as number 2 as well.
Oh, yes. Woohoo. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, this is, well, I mean, it's iconic. It's one of the greatest songs ever. Jimi Hendrix made it what it is, I think. Bob Dylan simply wrote it. I
wouldn't say it's one of the best ever. I think
it is. I think this is a great song. I think Jimmy has done a really good job of making it his own. Well, I mean, when Bob Dylan says it's your song, then it's your song. So I feel like it's fair enough. So
I actually really like Bob Dylan's version, though. So
yeah, I don't mind it, but I definitely prefer Jimmy's. I think, yeah, I don't know. Well, I think he did a good job of it. Obviously, number 2. You probably have a better talk than I do. But,
the thing about Jimi Hendrix to me, I actually like a lot of the song he wrote compared to a lot of his covers. Like I prefer like Crosstown Traffic, Voodoo Child, sort of that compared to this. But I think he does a good job. Maybe the vocals aren't that great, but it's still solid. You can sort of tell. Maybe he doesn't really know what's going on with the vocals. He's sort of just saying it. There's not Not too. Maybe that's a controversial opinion. Maybe I'll get bricks through the window again. But yeah,
Yeah. Well, I just like
no,
how he
I
belts it
still
out.
think it's a good song.
I think
Yeah,
I think the like chorus like all along the watchtower. Yeah, I think that's a good part. I think he's done that well. But
yeah, no, I still think it's good, but it's at number two. You know, I can get much
I'm
wrong.
giving it the edge on Bob Dylan's. I think he did a lot more with the guitar. But right.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. Well, I've got a number one that is absolutely going to get me bricks through the window, and I'm a bit scared to say it because
Ooh,
you like I think you're just going to say no, no. This is a TFL.
you're a mug.
This is a TFL moment. This
He's
is
a
the bias
TFL prank.
because this is a TFL bias moment. And
We're having a laugh, buddy.
if you've watched anything on TikTok over the last month, you probably would have guessed it by now. It's "Sad but True" by Sam Fender covering Metallica. I think that is amazing.
You're a mug,
Hey,
Dad.
"Sad but True" was a terrible song when Metallica did it, but now Sam Fender's done it. He's just made it worlds better. I think he's slowed it down to how it should be. He's made it more of a ballad, and he's done wonders for the song. Uh, but yeah, okay. Kind of awkward
Yeah.
because I feel like uh, you definitely don't agree, which I mean I don't think the majority would, but
I've never listened to this song, but I'm going to
okay,
assume
all right.
it's not that good.
Well, I think it's from the Metallica
Compared to
blacklist.
all on the Watchtower,
It's from the blacklist, so it's like on the
the
you,
Black Album.
no the blacklist, which is the new
What?
like it's a Metallica album where they've got about 50 like artists to cover their songs and they've
Oh,
released it as an album.
and
So
Sam Fender did it. Who
Sam
the
Fender
fuck's
got
Sam
asked,
Fender?
so there you go. Right.
How the hell does Lars Ulrich know Sam Fender? Anyway, that's not the point. Uh, I've never, I've never listened to the song. I've never listened to the Blacklist
It's a good
in
listen.
particular.
Oh, it's only just
Is
come out,
it?
so
Well, cause the
no,
best
not the
Metallica
black,
album is the one without
not
Metallica.
the not yeah, well,
No, 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 that's
not
what
the
I'm saying.
blacklist. The song is a good one.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay, so for number one, I've got I Heard It Through the Grapevine by Creedence Clearwater Revival, originally by Marvin Gaye.
All right.
I think we forgot to say Bob Dylan wrote All on the Watchtower, which
Yeah.
people should know that. Yeah, so it's just a really good song. It was in my songs over 10 minutes. It's really
Yep.
good. It's sort of, I think I said it in the episode we had the 10 minute one. The bass is good. The bass drumming's good. The vocals are good. It sort of goes down to this wacky psychedelic sort of thing at the end. At
Oh,
the end.
jeez. Yep.
Yeah, sorry, I've been talking a lot. Yeah, it's good. So
Wow.
that's it for me. This was a tough list to do. I'm not particularly a big fan of any sort of cover songs. So
I
you know,
thought.
I
Hmm.
you wouldn't see me, talking about David Bowie, see Emily play ever really. Outside of this, apart from like the top four, I guess. Like I wouldn't really listen to these songs like any other time. It was hardly. I thought it'd be easy, but then it did end up being hard for me to make this list. And I recommend all the lists, and they've all been hard for me so far. So
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
this was by far the easiest for me to make.
yeah,
Well, the top five, well, top six really came to me. And then I had to do a little bit of digging for the other ones, but I like when I saw them, I'm like, oh yeah, that's a cover. I like that. There are a couple that I probably should have included, but yeah, this was by far the easiest to make. I do listen to a surprising amount of covers, more than I thought. Um,
yep.
but yeah, so yeah, this was a pretty good list. I think so far this is obviously been the easiest, but I can't stress how frustrating the 2 minute one was to make. That was that was so annoying.
Actually, I
10
reckon
minutes
the
was
2 minute
hard.
one was the easiest to make for me.
Do you
I
reckon?
think
Oh, jeez. Well,
this one was the hardest for me to make. I
I don't know
think.
if I don't know if it was that frustrating. It was just more when you're like within a second or something, or within 5 seconds, and it's like, oh, that could have been that could have made my list so much better, but it didn't. So I mean, that was the more
Yeah, I guess.
frustrating part. So
Yeah, it's sort of like the one with the time limit sort of things is tough, but this one I feel like is a little bit obscure. I'm hoping that there are one I sort of choose next week, unless you choose one before me. Next
uh,
episode, I mean,
this can
is
be
the
your segment. I won't have an input on
yeah,
this. I'll just
yeah,
steal and put them on TikTok. Um,
yeah, you thought this was a good idea. You just
wha-
go bang and
yeah, wow, I
oh
did.
god, I'm really scared of what people are going to say about Sam Fender being number one. Oh no.
Yeah,
What are you gonna
well,
do?
yeah.
These
I mean,
comments are gonna be
I, I,
blaming you, man.
I just had a look, and the only thing they're critiquing is me not having. I said they. There's one of them. Um, is me not having Where'd you sleep last night? So,
Right.
I mean,
Oh, that's
it's
alright.
it's good so far, but I'm kind of hoping it flops because I might be in for it if it does any better than a flop. So I still can't believe I haven't
Yeah.
done this idea. I didn't do this idea
It's,
before.
it's a
It was
win-win actually, Cal. It's a win-win
well, it is.
because you get lots of views, but you get lots of hate, but you get no views and get no hate. So I guess
Well, I mean, sometimes I just magically get no views, but I still manage to get the same amount of hate. It's a marvel.
fair.
It's a marvel of being TFL. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, okay. Right. So next little part of the podcast. Last week. Well, not last week. Oh yeah, it was last week. We discussed. I would say our most overrated bands or artists. Now we've kind of flipped the coin and we've gone for most underrated bands in history or
Ooh.
artists, bands or artists, either of the two. I'm
What about
quite.
your people?
I think mine's just a bit biased overall, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm kind of banking on you having a couple more underrated gems.
Well, no. You
Okay.
told me this right before. I haven't even
Yeah,
been able to
yeah,
make a list.
okay.
This is
This is
gonna be
great. I'm just
improv
gonna.
Bray
Well,
here.
this is okay. I feel like we should just write off this segment. It's a bad segment,
No,
but we're gonna
no.
no, we
I'm
got we're gonna.
excited for improv. No, give me
Okay, okay.
improv. Give
No,
me
no,
improv.
no. We're doing it. We just gotta accept it's not gonna be very good.
Hey,
Okay,
it's gonna be
right,
good. I promise. Don't worry
right.
about it.
So, okay. Do you want to hear what I've got first for my?
Yes.
I've got 6 bands or artists. Now, if you've watched Unpopular Opinions 2, no 1, Unpopular Opinions 1 on TFCal, my
Yep.
most underrated band of all time is Catfish and the Bottlemen. Wow. Jack brutally disagrees, as I can tell. And
I'll take.
yeah, well, I mean, I think they are. I think, well, maybe not of all time, but uh, they're definitely not getting the respect they deserve. I don't think. I think people just shit on them for the sake of it. But yeah, I think they actually have a good capacity for songwriting, and it's not really reflected in how they're respected. Wow, that rhymed. That's amazing. It's not reflected on how they're respected. Fool, fool.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't think people appreciate them enough. I think it's yeah. Well, I mean, as an avid fan, I'd say it's quite hard to watch because people just, like, especially on the last video, people like on TikTok, people just they weren't having it. So yeah.
Jeez.
Well,
They
yeah,
flamed you,
yeah,
buddy.
they did. I couldn't believe it. Now, okay, I think from here on out, I think this is a more believable list. But
Right.
so, do you have any artists, or can I just keep going on my rant?
We'll do one by one. I think
Okay,
I'll
okay.
go. So the first one I've got, I don't really have many underrated bands. I'm a bit mainstream. But one that I feel is classified as underrated or deserves more love is Primus. That's who I'm gonna have for underrated. They've only got
hmm
1.4 million listeners on Spotify. I feel like Average in the Bottom One probably has more monthly
I
listeners
think
on
we
Spotify.
got we got 2 million. I think
Yeah, so
so.
it's
There you go.
people,
Wow.
people can't be flaming me unless they're flaming you. So I've got Primus as mine. They've got a lot of bangers, and not a lot of people know. Not a lot of people know that people that's they only really know. Jerry was a race car driver, and maybe my name is Mud. Uh,
Yeah.
Jerry was a race car driver is probably the number one.
hmm Okay.
Yep.
Right. Fair enough. Okay. My
And
most. Oh no.
hang
Sorry.
on, and I've got it's just actually pretty good musicianship.
hmm
Uh, you know, uh, uh, Les Claypool is a good bassist. I'm just trying to
Is that
find
is
who the
that what he's a
fucking.
part of? Les Claypool.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's obviously one of the great
Yeah.
bassists.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find who their fucking
I, I,
guitarist is.
I've heard his name flung around a lot. I
Larry
didn't connect the dots. So
Larry Lalonde, their guitarist. I don't know. I don't really
wow,
know.
what's the
Yeah,
name?
what he was. When he was guitarist from. But
hmm
yeah, he's a bit of an underrated guitarist actually. Larry
Yeah.
Lalonde. So
Jeez.
there you go.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. My. Second most underrated band is Counting Crows, which I feel like are only underrated because they've got they're a bit. It's a bit of a Wonderwall, but without the other hit songs. So because
Right.
they've got Mr. Jones, which is like a '93, and that's like a big song. That's one of the more known '90s songs. And then apart from that, they haven't really got too many well known songs. They made a brief appearance in Shrek 2, so I thought
Yep.
that's probably my favorite song from them, to be honest. So it's a great song, I think. But I'm a big fan of their sound. They sound a bit like folky, but yeah, I don't know. I like them. I'm generally not a huge fan of American bands, but I think they're a bit of an exception to the rule here. Um, I think especially their new album. I don't think that gets enough credit.
Hmm.
That's quite a good listen. I think. Not going to recommend it because I know you'll hate it, but but yeah, I was quite a fan, and it came out this year. And yeah, hasn't really received the hype, but I think it's got a couple of good songs on there. So I mean, they're still going strong. 30 years later? So um,
Bang.
yeah, wow.
So I'm currently being improv here. For me, I've got The Darkness.
Darkness.
Probably
Ooh.
best known for their song "I Believe in a Thing Called Love," which is a very good song.
Hmm.
Uh, they're not known for much else. They're a one-hit wonder, sort of. Um, yeah, and they're very popular in Britain, but they're more still really a one-hit wonder.
Hmm.
Um, they've got who is their lead singer? Justin Hawkins, their lead singer, got a very high voice. He's a very good singer. They've got some good guitar riff as well, which I think is good.
Yeah.
Very very underrated sort of band. My mum went to a concert there. She left halfway through with her friend, so two tickets wasted, and I would have actually
Jeez.
really loved to go.
Jeez. Was this
So basically, my mum and her friend left halfway through.
was,
Not even halfway through, like really early. And I missed
wow?
out on going to the Darkness. They did give me a Darkness T-shirt though. So
This is like when you were a fan, or like well,
no,
not when you were a fan, but
this was last year.
oh
Uh,
right, jeez. Okay, wow.
no, because it was just before COVID. I was actually surprised it even happened. This was like one of their last concerts
Yeah.
before COVID. Um, yeah, my mum left about a quarter of the way through with her friend. So tickets wasted that I could have had one of them at least. And
Jeez, that's rough.
yeah, it's very very rough, and I'm very angry about it. I've been salty about it ever since because I actually like the darkness.
Yeah, wow.
There you go, the
What kind
darkness.
of the darkness? What kind of music do they specialize in? Because like I mean,
They're glam rock, but they're like
glam
two
rock.
thousands,
Right.
early 2000s.
Well, from the name, you assume it's like a metal band. So I mean, um, yeah. So
Yeah,
have
yeah.
that as you will, but yeah.
It's
Don't judge a book by
it's
a cover,
glam
I
rock.
guess.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Now here's where the little bit of bias comes in. I've gone for the High Flying Birds, which is Noel's solo project. For anybody who doesn't know, the only reason I think they're underrated because personally at the moment I'm enjoying them a lot more than I'm enjoying Oasis. So I think they're a lot more interesting than Oasis. Like there's a lot more unfamiliar sounds and there's a lot more experimental kind of concepts within the group. So I think and I mean they've got a couple of albums in the works. He's still writing songs. So
Yeah.
he said 2023 will be the album. So I mean I've got a while to
Still
wait now.
kicking.
But yeah, I'm excited to see where he goes next because they've kind of dabbled in a bit of everything. They've done just like kind of like pop rock to kind of just like rock, and then now recently psychedelic rock. So yeah, I'll be interested to see what their next album brings, and I'm eagerly awaiting that. So yeah, High Flying Birds don't get enough recognition because I feel like he could have made Noel could have made this his own like band without Oasis, and it still would have done well. But yeah, obviously Oasis has propelled this a little bit, but
Yeah.
if he was writing these songs without Oasis, I still think they would have done well. But yeah, so still underrated in my book, though.
Yeah.
I think there's just a lot of people listen to it just because it's Oasis, like Oasis guitarist. But yeah, I'm personally a big fan. So there you go.
All right, I'm looking hard for another one here. Uh, I'll I'll go a bit of a cop out here, and I'll say it is. I'm thinking of two here. I'll say it's Cream. I think
Cream.
Cream are underrated.
Do you
Cream
reckon?
aren't very
Do you
well
reckon, do you
known.
reckon they're really underrated though? Because I mean, how underrated can a band be
Uh,
when they've
ugh.
got bloody Eric Clapton in it?
No, you don't understand. People remember Eric Clapton, and
Yeah, but I
they
mean,
sort of they don't
I
think
mean,
of Cream.
I feel like if you know anything about music, you kind of know who Cream are. So I don't think.
Uh, no, they're underrated. Shut up.
Okay.
Bye.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
talking about it anymore because this will. I'll have more
Okay.
bricks through the windows, but you
Yeah.
know.
No. Okay.
Oh well.
Well. Okay. We'll go with it. Right now, another little biased one towards like kind of 80s, 90s thing where they've already been mentioned, but the Stone Roses. I think they only released two albums, but I think their debut album was quite groundbreaking. It kind of started Britpop as a whole. It was kind of developed that sound, and it was yeah. I don't love them as much as Oasis, but some people are absolutely diehards, and I don't think they are. Like they didn't break America, so I mean, I feel like that was their first issue. I feel like they're all right, like relatively well known in the UK, but outside of that, not particularly. They're another Manchester band, so I mean, I feel like there's an ongoing theme here with my music tastes and Manchester. So yeah, I think they don't get
Yeah.
enough recognition. Their guitarist is incredible. He doesn't get enough recognition in
Who's
himself.
that?
John Squire. He did his own band, but he's quite technically gifted. So I think that's a bit of a hidden gem, you could say. So yeah, Stone Roses. That's my fourth pick. I've got two more, so if you can hold on for
Uh,
those two, then
I'll just say that my pick is Neutral Milk Hotel. Their first album's also kind of decent, so
I
there you
just
go.
I can't stand their aesthetic and their sound. Like I know you got me to review them. I didn't hate it, but there's something really like melancholy about their like look and sound.
Yes, that's very true. But their sound is good, I think.
I mean,
Their looks kind of
I don't feel like a look should define a band, but I feel that's kind of swayed me on that band.
well, that's
So
why they're underrated. I feel because not many people
give
be
them a
attracted to them.
chance, you
Really,
reckon? Yeah.
you know, not many people even know who the fucking lead singer is. You know, they don't even know what he looks like. To be honest, so
Yeah. Well,
yeah, it's not easy.
I'm one of those people. So
You know what he looks like? I don't
I
even
don't
know what the fuck.
well, I've had a look. I don't remember. It's not like it's a John Lennon or anything. So
Not like it's a John Lennon
not
or
like it's
anything.
John. Well, I mean, who's recognizable? Like,
I don't know. Jeez,
jeez, that's a tough
you
question.
killed me.
Wow. It's not like it's Mick Jagger.
You're killing me.
Okay, right. We'll go with Mick Jagger. Anyway, okay. So my next pick for underrated is a little known band. I believe they're from Sweden. Is
Humble little band.
humble little band from Sweden called Mike Snow. They're predominantly late 2000s, early 2010s, but other way around, late 2000s, early. Yeah, okay, I think I said that.
Right.
Anyway, right, they're yeah, I think they've got pretty good songwriting, and they're not your traditional guitars and bass, drums kind of band. They're a little more like keyboardy and a little more electronic. They've a couple of their albums I really enjoy actually. I think without being particularly groundbreaking, I think they were solid albums, and they not even pioneered anything, but they've made good songs that have just withstood the test of time, in my opinion. Songs like Animal and Genghis Khan, they're all quite well, I don't know what the word is, but quite firmed songs. I enjoy them. And I didn't really enjoy music from around that era, so for it to withhold that, it's quite impressive. So I'll give them a W.
All right. Well, I'm not going to suggest any more bands. I think we're done here.
Okay, well,
With that.
I got one more. It's
Yeah, one more, okay.
it's Eden. It's one of my favorite artists. I think he started out as I think this is correct. I think he started out as a like a no copyright like kind of producer thing. So and then he's progressed onto the kind of stuff he's making now, which still has that influence. But I thoroughly enjoy him. I think he's got good songwriting in particular.
Did you say that "Sex" was the greatest song of all time? One time, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, but I think it's top 10 for me, but I probably not number one anymore. But
Right.
I thoroughly enjoy that song. That is one of my favorite songs ever, but maybe not number one. But yeah, it's a great song. So
It's a certified banger.
certified banger. Right now, okay, leading on to a more fun part of this, less draggy and more prepared. Well, not prepared
Yeah.
because we're going off the cuff here, but right, it's the renowned overrated or underrated game. Wow.
Oh, I love this game.
This is where if you don't know,
We'll win.
who would have guessed by the title? We got to say whether something is overrated or underrated. But the catch is there's no appropriately rated. So so there's no fence sitting here. We got to give an opinion on something. So okay, right. First off, now I'm going to preface this by saying you got to include it as a whole. No specific time periods of this. The Simpsons, overrated or underrated?
Underrated.
I reckon underrated as well. Like not that I don't think they're over. Not that I think they're underrated, but I think people sleep on the later episodes. I don't think they're as bad as people make them out to be.
They're not terrible, but they're definitely not as good.
They're not top 8 season.
Yeah, I could see the later episodes working, but the original Simpsons is just so good that it can't be overrated.
Yeah,
I feel.
yeah. Oh, I mean, like people don't like the Simpsons, and I don't get that. I think they're just, they're good. They're good. So okay, and now I mean I feel like I've asked the Simpsons, so I have to ask the dollar store version of the Simpsons. Family Guy, overrated or underrated?
Overrated.
I think overrated is. I enjoy the show, but I think it's overrated. It's not as funny as the Simpsons. Oh, yeah. I don't think it's as funny as the Simpsons. It's got more of an American kind of grip on it, which would make sense. The Simpsons do too, but I mean, Family Guy is just more America orientated, I think.
Yeah.
But
Family Guy, especially in its later episodes, it's just all cutaway jokes, and it's not very funny.
I don't mind cutaway jokes, but I think The Simpsons have like a lot more likable characters compared to Family Guy.
Oh,
so,
definitely, absolutely.
So I mean, I feel like that's where the selling point for me is. If you can like not connect, but like if you can enjoy a character, then it's a lot easier to like a show. Okay.
Yeah.
Next, AirPods, overrated or underrated?
Overrated as frick.
I don't think they're that overrated.
I don't use AirPods, man.
Jeez. I think they're convenient. I think they're nice.
Well, I prefer a headset way more than any sort of Apple fucking headphones or AirPods.
Jeez, head here first.
I prefer a headset way more, like infinitely more. Like maybe because
Jeez.
my ears are shaped weird. I don't know.
I don't know. I just like the sleekness and how convenient they are. There's no like big clunky thing on your head, so it's just connect and go, and they're a lot easier. But that being said, it is quite annoying when you lose them because, they're quite small if you haven't realised, so it's a bit hard to navigate if you've lost. But I mean, I think it's all right. So that's good. Now, summer, the season, overrated or underrated?
Summer the season. Underrated. I like it. I
Nah,
prefer it way better than winter.
overrated. I hate
Maybe
summer.
that's because I enjoy a sport in the summer, Cal, and I enjoy
Yeah,
cricket in the
well,
summer, and you
just
you just go into hibernation
I, s-
during the summer.
I see no positives. It's hot all the time, so I'm sweating my ass off. There's bushfires, especially like down our end, like well, not our end, but
Down here in the town.
our territory. Um, there's bushfires. There's snakes everywhere. I hate bushfires. I hate
Come
fire.
on, Cal.
That's my
Don't be a sad guy. Our bushfire season wasn't even bad last year.
yeah, because we had El Reno, which was like the wet season for us. So it's like
Okay.
it's wet, so there's no fire, and now
Well,
there's
there wasn't
fires.
fire. So did you enjoy last summer?
Yeah, last summer was alright. This summer's gonna be
Oh,
horrible, but um,
okay. Well, let's see.
it's gonna be terrible.
Will Cal enjoy this year's
There's
summer?
gonna be there. It's gonna be
They'll
huge
just
fires. It's gonna be
bushfires.
pretty bad. I think
Bushfires ruin Cal's
they
summer.
do like it sounds very like I'm not gonna say just because like it makes me so depressed because like it's kind of like COVID in a way because it's like all that you see is about bushfires and then all the people affected and then it's an unneeded necessity. Oh, it's not an unneeded. It's an unneeded thing in the world. It's
Right.
okay. There's me
You
talking
should
about bushfires.
you should become a firefighter, Cal. That should be
No, that
your
would be.
thing.
I'm terrified of fire just as much as I'm terrified of snakes and spiders. So, um, so yeah, I don't think I'd be much chop. Should just move to a city, so I don't really have to worry about that stuff. Like a
Right.
proper like a Tokyo or something.
Right. No
Um,
trees in Tokyo.
right, yeah. Okay, so Wings the band, overrated or underrated?
Overrated.
I agree. It's not that great.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't really think there's much going on there.
No,
George Harrison's way better.
not that much to say on it. Okay, keeping it short and simple. That's what we like to see. Isaac Butterfield, overrated or underrated?
Underrated. I mean, I like him, so you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna go underrated as well. I think the global outreach isn't too great. I think he's very Australia oriented, like for his audience.
I
Well,
reckon. I reckon
I don't think I
some
don't.
Yanks could find him funny,
Yeah,
just with his Australianism, saying he's
but
extinct and
I also
stuff.
feel like they'd be very like whoa, this guy's too extreme for us. So
people will think, aha, he's ball smell. It's funny, man. His dick stinks, man. It's funny.
yeah,
You
well,
know,
I don't know. It
his
might be.
dick.
Yeah, it's pretty
Big
unpredictable.
pop
But
Cheerio.
I think I think he's got a lot of good takes on things. But yeah, I don't know. Some things I don't necessarily agree with. Some I do. But yeah, for the most part, I would say I agree with him, and I think he's funny. Obviously, it's his whole thing. But yeah, I'm sounding like one of those people who are talking about it and trying to hype him up. But I genuinely like him. I think he's a good bloke. Not that I've met him, but
Right.
okay. Anyway, Candles, overrated or underrated? Yeah, I was low on ideas for this one.
Wow, you're really scraping the bottom of the barrel here, buddy. I'm gonna go overrated actually.
No, I reckon underrated. If it's like a
Right.
smelly candle, not if it's like like an aesthetic one. That's like just like a big vanilla candle. I think if you're talking about like a scented one, that's nice. But just like a nice mellow candle. Nothing beats it.
Right.
Just good. Oh wow, jeez, I got the snaps. Okay, now pandas, overrated or underrated?
Overrated as heck. I friggin' hate pandas.
I
They're useless.
Mate, pandas are
They are
great.
useless. They're
They're
useless to society.
I'll be
They're almost as useless as this podcast to society, man. It's
oh
unbelievable.
wow, I don't know. We could provide some good music takes, maybe. Um,
Yeah, well,
I
we
think
have
I think
four listeners an episode, man.
ah
Come
jeez.
on.
Well, I think if I was an animal, I'd be a panda. So I mean, I've got a soft spot for them. I feel bad for them as well because their habitat's getting taken away and they're endangered or something. I think they're endangered, but yeah, that's a sad sight to see. Hate to say it. Now, okay, actually, I'll leave this one for last. Okay, Twitter, overrated or underrated?
Overrated. There's a lot of dumb people on Twitter. A lot of stupid blue check marks who say stupid things, and yeah, bang.
Right. fair enough. Yeah, I think Twitter nowadays is just toxic. It's quite unneeded. Well, the last one that'll make or break this podcast: socks and sandals, overrated or underrated?
Uh, Underrated. I don't know.
Yes,
What's
yes,
everybody's problem
underrated.
with socks and
Yes,
sandals,
yes.
man? I don't get it.
Socks and sandals are great. They're a fashion statement. There's nothing wrong with socks and sandals. I don't get the whole stigma behind them. It's amazing. It's like being stylish and being warm. It's like
Yeah.
it's like watching sport on TV. It's amazing. Okay, now that that's over with, the boring part's done. We can get on to the part that is a little more enjoyable, I'd say, as we discuss actual music things. And
All right.
this segment is what was more important.
Yes.
This isn't going to be the highlight. Next segment will be, I think. Okay, so what was more important? Black Sabbath's Paranoid or the Beatles' Helter Skelter? So in terms of like what pioneered metal more. But Paranoid is in the song, not the album.
Skelter. Yeah, it was pretty innovative for its time, Helter Skelter.
It was, yeah, I agree.
Why would Paranoid be? I think Black Sabbath's first album's probably more important, I guess.
No, the song, not the album.
Oh, well, definitely Helter Skelter.
Jeez,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I think Paranoid. I think I like Paranoid more, but I think Helter Skelter was probably more influential on the genre. Although I think Paranoid was a pretty it was pretty good for its time. You'd say it was not Helter Skelter. I think the Beatles have somehow managed to influence heavy metal as well, which it's just quite incredible, really, because like they've gone from singing "Love Me Do" to bloody Helter Skelter.
Well done, lads. Well done, lads.
So
there's Ringo. I can do a good Ringo impression.
Okay, do it then. Do it again.
Bloody hell! I'm sick of bloody George and bloody bloody John Lennon and bloody Paul McCartney. They're bloody stealing all the bloody songs that bloody do. I'm sick of just being here in the background. Bloody fucking. What does he do? Fucking drumming. I'm bloody sick of it. I'm gonna bloody go and make Photograph. A bloody rip a song.
That was alright. That was alright. I'll give it to you.
I'm gonna bloody go and make bloody Photograph. It's gonna be a bloody good song that everyone will enjoy. John Lennon can go suck a fat one. He's a bloody idiot. I reckon.
Why are we mocking Ringo? This is bad. Okay.
I don't know. What were we talking about?
Something about the Beatles. Okay, right now next.
Were we talking about the Beatles?
We were. Okay.
Did you get to your next topic and say something, and then I just started talking about Ringo Starr? Yeah.
Okay. Oasis. What was more important? Oasis releasing "What's the Story, Morning Glory" or Radiohead releasing "OK Computer"?
Story, Morning Glory.
I don't get why people praise OK Computer so much.
Need I say more?
I think OK Computer. Like, what's so great about OK Computer?
I don't know.
I don't
it's a good album.
But yeah, but the best of all time. Do you think it's the people
No,
praising
it's
it
not
as the
best
best of all
it's a
time?
good album. I'd say it's a solid 8 out of 10 album. I don't hate Radiohead like you do. I don't know.
I don't hate Radiohead. I just think they're overrated.
What did they do to your Oasis, man? What did they do to them?
Not the Radiohead didn't do anything. The fans did all the work.
Oh,
they annoy me because they're like
dirty work.
They're just like they can't accept. It's kind of like me with Oasis. They can't accept that Radiohead are not the greatest band of all time. And OK Computer is not that great.
Bloody Radiohead.
It's
Yep.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Enough said. Morning Glory more important. I think it's defined more people. Right. Okay. Now, Bob Dylan writing "All Along the Watchtower" or writing "Knocking on Heaven's Door."
Knocking on Heaven's Door.
Do you reckon?
Need I say more?
Yes. No. You need. Please expand.
Yes, you do need to say more. I don't know. Both "Knocking on Heaven's Door" by Guns N' Roses and Bob Dylan are both popular songs. I feel like "All on the Watchtower" by Bob Dylan is not that popular.
Yeah, but I feel like writing it and then Jimi Hendrix picking it up was probably one of the. I think that popularity outweighs both of the "Knocking on Heaven's Doors."
Mm,
I think it was. I
I
think it was.
beg to differ.
Well, okay, good. But I don't know.
Good.
I think Jimi Hendrix. Like I think that was like if imagine Jimi Hendrix fell all along the Watchtower. I don't think he would have the same recognition as he has today. He might, but I don't think he'd be. I don't think he would have aged as well because there's no one song that's like really that easily listenable to like the younger generations. So
Jeez.
I'd go all along the Watchtower because it more came of it. I'd say.
Jeez.
Okay. What?
I
Oh,
disagree.
jeez. Okay, do it then. Disagree.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm doing it right now.
Okay.
I think One in Heaven's Door is more influential. Get out
Wow.
of here.
Okay. Well, I
Um,
disagree. There you go. Okay. What was more
yeah.
important, Pink Floyd's four-album streak or the Beatles' LSD albums?
Here's LSD albums. Need I say more?
Okay. Well, elaborate, please, because I think they both have their case
Yes.
to be.
No,
I think,
I don't think Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd don't hold a candle to the Beatles albums, man. Come
yeah,
on, man.
but I mean,
You're having a laugh.
no, but I feel
You
okay.
having a laugh with me?
Look. The
You
wa-
agree with me?
Oh, I do and I don't because I feel like Dark Side of the Moon, Wish You'll Hear Animals, and then The Wall, like those four albums, could be on track to Revolver, Sergeant Pepper, and like Abbey Road and the White Album and whatnot. Like those, well, they're not those late ones, not so much the LSC albums, but I mean, um,
Hmm?
but I feel like I don't like it's again like I feel like
Yeah.
they're good in their own right because I feel like that four album I feel like the four album streak's the greatest in history, but I feel like
What? Oh,
what? Well, what do you think?
geez, probably the Beatles. What are we talking about? Rubber Soul, Revolver, Sgt. Pepper's, and something else. What's next after that?
I mean,
Are we
Magical
saying
Mystery
Magical
Tour
Mystery
is
Tour
yeah.
counts?
We can it, so I feel like we should stay consistent.
Well, no, it's got to be it's got to be the Beatles for me. The LSD albums, man.
No, but well, I don't know.
Oh man,
I'm gonna go the four album streak. Honestly, I'm gonna back my
oh
instincts.
man,
I think it was
oh man.
yeah. Well, I mean, imagine a world without those four albums.
Imagine a world without the Beatles. Fucking.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I mean, yeah.
imagine the Beatles. They're still bloody singing bloody "Love Me Do."
Yeah. Okay.
Imagine the world like that, man.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like they've got their own case to be more important.
No,
But
no.
right.
Big
Okay.
cut for me, sorry, buddy. No.
Jeez. Yeah. Loyal Pink Floyd fan, obviously.
No,
Okay. No,
no,
okay.
no,
I'm joking.
don't say that. Don't say that.
I'm joking. Okay. What was more important, the 70s or the 90s?
The bloody 70s, I reckon.
Yeah, I think I prefer the 90s, I'd say, but I think the 70s probably um, were more important in terms of what artists came out of the 70s. And
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know. I feel like overall the 90s were probably my favorite, but the 70s had more going for it in terms of music was still relatively. Well, it was kind of the decade that made music what it is today. In some respects, you could say the '60s were because of the Beatles, but
I would say the 60s is definitely more influential, but
but
yeah,
but,
it's got to be the 70s.
but I think the '70s
It's a
just
four-album streak, by
yeah
Pink Floyd,
yeah. Okay, so look who's come crawling back to the four album streak. Well.
No, I'm just saying.
No,
You
yeah,
have
I
to,
know,
you have to
and not
agree.
only that, there's numerous other artists that
I've got Led Zeppelin,
have
man.
done
So,
Led Zeppelin. So there you go.
Get with that heaven, man. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Okay. What was more important, Brian Jones being kicked from the Stones or Pete Best being kicked from the Beatles?
Uh, Best. It's got to be Brian Jones because Brian Jones actually had influence on.
Yeah, but if Pete Best wasn't kicked, then Ringo wouldn't have happened, and who knows if Ringo didn't join? We wouldn't have had Octopus's Garden. No, but
We
okay,
wouldn't
but
have
but
had
but,
Octopus's Garden,
but
which is very
no,
true.
but I mean, if Pete Best didn't leave, who knows? Like, if he might have had input onto the songs, whether they
No,
happened or
he
not.
wouldn't. He
No,
wouldn't.
no, okay,
He was
but
just a
no,
good
okay,
drummer.
you got to see it from my perspective because I think, like, I couldn't imagine the Beatles being terribly the same if Pete Best were their drummer, was their drummer. Yeah, I don't know.
Very
Brian Jones,
strange.
Brian Jones, I don't know enough about, so I'll let you talk about this one for a bit. But
Well, he definitely had a lot of influence in the Rolling Stones,
yeah,
more than Pete Best ever could or Ringo ever could. So
I don't think Pete Best ever had an influence, but I mean, I feel like, yeah, I just don't feel like it would be the same if he was there. So
yeah, I know, but well, uh, oh, sorry.
wow, jeez, I'm putting God.
Yeah, you put him to sleep, mate. Sorry, no, I'm kidding. But yeah, imagine I couldn't imagine. Sorry, Brian Jones being on some of maybe the
Hmm.
Rolling Stones' latest stuff either. So I feel it
Well,
goes both ways. I'd
I
say
mean,
just simply because Brian Jones had a lot of actual influence on the band compared to Pete Best, I feel that's why I'd be putting Jones before him.
that also led to his death ultimately. So I mean,
Yeah,
the question could be asked: would he still be alive if he wasn't kicked
yeah.
from the Stones?
Pete Best is still kicking.
Yeah,
So
he's still going. So well, I don't know. Again, subjective, but you gotta make up your own opinion. So okay, finally for this segment, before we can move on, the death of John Lennon or the death of Kurt Cobain. I'm not gonna say what was more important. What was more influential?
death of imagine both the shit they'd be making today, but I feel like John Lennon I wouldn't have been making great music. To be honest with you, I feel
Hmm.
like I feel like Kurt Cobain could be doing some pretty cool stuff. That's why I'd say Kurt Cobain's death's probably more influential because I feel like he could have actually been making cool stuff.
Well, I mean, I know we go back to this every episode, but it did end a genre, one of the biggest genres of the time.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Jeez, Kurt Cobain loves to make appearances in these
he
segments,
does.
doesn't he?
I mean, I don't talk about him much on my TikTok or really outside
Well,
of this
well,
podcast.
I'd
But
say his death was very influential because it's influenced these segments a fair bit,
yeah,
hasn't it?
geez, well, it has. So, I mean, without his death, we probably wouldn't be talking about it like this. So,
Yeah,
um,
exactly.
I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, also, I feel like John Lennon had really done what uh, I think we'd seen the best of him. Kurt, I don't know.
Yeah,
We probably had,
he did be making good stuff
but
today. I don't
I
think
feel like
John Lennon could be
he
making
definitely
good
had
stuff.
more in him. I mean, he was 27, so I mean, I don't think he was. Uh, he, John Lennon was
Get
13 years
petrol,
older than him, so I
get
mean,
petrol left in the tank.
yeah. Well, yeah. I think yeah. Yeah. Again, don't know what would have happened with Nirvana or if he doesn't particularly come across as a solo artist, so I don't know if he'd.
I think
Um,
he does. I think he
you
definitely
reckon?
does.
I don't know.
Look at
I can't
those.
see him without like Chris and Dave Grohl. So
I've really only seen Nirvana as Kurt Cobain. I don't know what
I
most
don't know.
people do. I feel
Yeah, I feel like they do, but I feel like the others definitely. It wouldn't be Nirvana without the others at the same time.
no, but it's definitely Kurt Cobain.
It's
I
Kurt
can
Cobain's
see him
band, but I
definitely
mean,
making a solo effort
I couldn't
if he
imagine
didn't stay with
what that would
Nirvana.
be like because
And
I was what.
what about if Kurt Cobain didn't die? We wouldn't have the Foo Fighters either.
Yeah,
So
well, that
well,
too. But yeah, that being said, like I don't know what his future would have been because I mean I was watching a late interview of him yesterday or today or something, and it was talking about how grunge was how he was talking about how grunge was like washed and how he was looking to do new things. This was like a couple months before he died, so I mean, it sounded like he was looking to get out of the grunge genre as it was. So yeah, who knows what could have come next? Whether that be,
yep.
I don't know, could have been hip hop for all we know. But
God, I hope not.
yeah, no, that would have really ruined the reputation, I'd say. Okay, right. So that's a good segment that was, I reckon.
Yep,
Now,
solid.
okay. Last time we did, what was the better album? Now we've narrowed it and gone to what's the better song? Because
Oh, I thought you were gonna say what's the worst album.
no.
That'd be exciting.
Oh, okay. Well, we can do that next time then, I guess.
Yes, I will. I want to do that. Yes,
Um,
but we'll do
well,
something
okay.
different.
Well, what's the what's the worst album? It's kind of just flipping the question on what the best album is. Um,
Yeah.
okay, right. So I've kind of put down a lot of popular songs, and you kind of some have connections, some have absolutely none. And you got to kind of, well, I mean, that's the point. You got to tell
I
me
reckon I know. I reckon I know
what
what
the
I'm
better
gonna do.
song is.
I'm gonna say which one's better. I reckon
Yeah,
that's
whoa,
what the
jeez.
yeah.
Groundbreaking stuff here.
Controversial.
So, okay, what's the better song? Let It Be or Yesterday?
Uh, Let it be. I like the
Yeah,
solo.
I agree. Okay. Okay. Do we just want to speed run these, or do we
Yeah,
want to?
yesterday's nearly yes, I will speed it. Yesterday's nearly overrated, not quite, but yeah,
Jeez.
it's not as good as
I
people
think
say.
they're probably my two favorite Beatles songs at the moment. So I mean, be careful what
Oh,
you say. Be careful what you're saying, son.
hey, I like Let It Be.
Yeah. So do I. Good. Okay. Wonderwall or Song Two?
Uh, Song Two by Whisker. Not quite by the length of Flemington Strait, but definitely very close.
Yeah. Well, they're the two like overplayed Britpop songs. So I mean, I feel like Song Two's riff is kind of aged better. So
Is it
I'd
about?
probably go Song Two. I like Wonderwall's lyrics more, but I think Song Two is like musical presence is probably better. Okay. Paint It Black or Satisfaction?
Uh, Paint It Black.
Yeah, I would say I agree with that as well. Okay, Paranoid or Iron Man?
Uh, Paranoid.
Yeah,
No.
I used to firmly be an Iron Man simp, but I've
Yeah.
since kind of switched to
Good
Paranoid.
boy.
But
Good boy.
yeah, I don't know. Okay, Another Brick in the Wall Part Two or Wish You Were Here?
Another Brick in the Wall Part 2. I Wish You
Really?
Here's boring. Wish You Here is overrated.
Wish You Were Here is one of the best songs ever written.
No, it's not.
It
I don't
is.
know why you keep
Oh,
thinking
I
this.
don't know why you think Another Brick in
You're
the
a
Wall is
mug
so good.
thug dad. You're a mug thug dad. You're a mug.
Jeez. This is. I wish you here is amazing. I don't know how you can compare it to Another Brick in the Wall. I don't think Another Brick in the Wall is that great.
Look. Uh,
Would you say Another Brick in the Wall is a top 10 Pink Floyd song for you?
no, but I wouldn't
Okay.
say Wish You Here is either. I don't.
Well,
I'm
I
not
mean that
saying.
by that logic it
I've
wouldn't be.
never said that I liked Another Brick in the Wall Part 2, but I like it more than
I don't get.
you would
Jeez.
think, and that
Yeah.
you
Well,
like Wish You Were Here more than
I think
I
Another
think.
Brick in the Wall is overrated. If anything, I think that's.
Oh,
Well, it is.
very
It's
harsh.
what people associate Pink Floyd with. It's like we
Uh,
don't need no
no,
education.
Wish You Were
Do,
Here.
do, do, do. I mean, I feel like if you listen to
Oh, sorry, I'm
music,
yawning
then
again.
Wish You Were Here, it might be. But I feel just to the average person, Another Brick in the Wall is probably what's more known. Okay. Anyway, Heroes or Starman?
Uh, Heroes.
Yeah,
Heroes is one of the
Heroes.
great all-time great songs of all time, man.
Wow, the all-time great songs of all time. You had it here first.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. I
Banger.
think Heroes is better. Okay. Smells Like Teen Spirit or Come As You Are?
Come As You Are.
Nah. Teen Spirit.
Really? Come on,
I think
man.
Teen Spirit's one of those songs that has the case to be an overplayed song. Like I feel like it's got the
No, it
song
does,
to go with
definitely
it.
does have the case to be an overrated song.
It does or it doesn't. I yawned.
What?
It,
No, are we talking about
no, I feel like
what song are we talking about?
okay. When we talk about overplayed songs, most songs are just like kind of basic songs. But I feel like that was a revolutionary song, so it's like allowed to
Smells
be an
Like Teen
overplayed song.
Spirit. Smells Like Teen Spirit's definitely overrated, and Come As You Are still overplayed.
Come As You
But
Are's
that's
riff annoys
much
me
better
though.
song.
It's just I don't know. I'd give Smells Like Teen Spirit the edge. But
Oh,
right.
come on, man.
Okay, Live Forever or Don't Look Back in Anger.
Live Forever. Bang.
Okay, jeez, fair enough. Imagine or Bohemian Rhapsody.
Bohemian Rhapsody, Imagine's very overrated.
Oh, jeez,
No, no offense, but that sounds like some fucking comic gobbledygook. So, I don't think Imagine's that good. It's not very interesting either, particularly.
wow,
Good
Jeez.
reference, good Norm Macdonald reference there. No offense, but that sounds like some fucking commie gobbledygook. Uh,
Right. Okay.
Thanks, Norm Macdonald.
Okay. Cashmere or Stairway?
Cashmere.
Jeez.
Very innovative riff, Cashmere. Very. I
Yeah,
don't know
I
how he's
agree.
come up with that shit.
Yeah, um, as good as the song as Stairway is, I think the first 5 minutes are kind of unneeded. But
Oh, what? What's going?
well,
What are you
until the
talking about?
drums and bass come in properly, like.
That's not 5 minutes. That's about the
Oh,
first 2 minutes, pal. Come on.
okay, well, up until that point, I think it's a bit unneeded.
Hell,
Okay, now last one: London Calling or like a Rolling Stone.
London Calling.
Okay, well, I should have
I like
seen
the
that coming.
Clash more than Bob Dylan. These are totally unrelated.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, that's all I've got for that. Now we can move on to the fan favorite segment. Ooh, reading TFCal comments. Dun, 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 dun. Boom.
Oh,
Okay.
we're excited for
Okay.
this.
Before you
We can
start,
get
I'm
your
I'm
first
gonna
three.
Okay. So I've got three, and then my comment of the week, which is quite exciting. Okay. Okay. Where do I start? I'll go
I don't
number
know.
three. Okay, number
Start
three.
with number three. That's a good idea.
Number three, we've just gone for the simple shut up. So that's a simple but effective. TFCal did not reply, so here's shut up. Okay, now
Yeah, well done.
number two. This one quite annoyed me. Oasis are the most overrated band of all time. Pink Floyd are the only band here better than Radiohead in a list with the Beatles.
Yeah. Oh, yes, I did say
Blatantly on.
that. I did say that. Yeah, it's that's gonna be that's
That's.
gonna be in your top three.
I
Getting
mean,
the top three tonight, surely.
it's blatantly untrue. Yeah,
Yeah,
jeez.
it is a bit weird, that one. Yeah,
Okay. Now
average Radiohead fan.
number two. Weezer is the best band of all time.
Where's that from? The order of bands.
Yeah, that's from that, and I've
Oh
said
my
they're
god.
like one of the worst bands. So uh, yeah, rough. Um, but yes, no, that's kind of says enough in itself, doesn't it really? Now my comment of the week. It's a bit of a disappointing one, but I thought it was very inspirational.
Yep.
Drum roll, please.
Yes. I'm excited for this one.
It
Boy,
is
boy.
the greatest L I've ever seen.
Yes, I knew it was going to be this one.
Whoa, that was
Yes, I knew it.
I loved that comment. I
I saw it coming.
I thought that was great. It was truly the greatest L I've ever seen. But yeah, I don't know. How'd that comment do? Has it got any likes?
11.
Okay, so it's okay, right, okay, thanks. Well, yeah, my video still got more likes, so I'm going to consider that a W. Not everybody
Yeah.
agreed with his opinion, so.
Well, 563 likes on a video is a bit hard to beat and comment. So.
Well, I mean that's his fault. So, um, well,
No, I think an underrated comment on this one on that video is Marshy underscore SEFC saying only likes people who are popular because Metallica and Radiohead are definitely very very.
I mean
very well-known
all the
bands.
bands I put down, they're incredibly unknown bands down the bottom. I mean, Weezer,
Yeah.
Radiohead, Green Day, Metallica. Nobody's
Yeah, I
heard of
don't
them.
know. Nobody's heard of them. I'm actually going to reply to this comment and say Metallica, Weezer, Green Day, and Radiohead are underground legends.
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like that guy should be happy with himself. He's got comment of the week. So, I mean,
Not this guy.
no, not that guy, the
Oh,
other
for
guy.
me, for me, for me.
No.
That's my comment of the week.
Oh, is that your comment of the week? Jeez.
Yes, so this is a gold mine. I'm very glad you uploaded this video for my reading.
Yeah, well, I mean, I had to get something controversial out just so you could have your little time in the
My
sun.
segment.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
helping him out a little bit.
Why don't
At
we
my
move
expense.
on to that? We'll move on to actually reading these comments.
Oh no.
So someone says, "How can someone be so wrong? How can you be so wrong?"
I do not know. Yeah, I don't know.
No one replied, so no one knows.
Yeah, it takes a lot of hard work to be this wrong. You gotta train 5 times a week. You gotta eat well. You gotta get enough sleep, and yeah, really up until then it's It's all what happens out on the field. You either perform
Yeah.
well or you don't. And
Yeah.
I've obviously done my job at being so wrong. So, yeah. It's quite funny because normally the people who say that usually have like a Green Day profile picture or something. So,
Which is this guy have? Does he have any of the bands in? Oh
no.
no. It's not.
Unassociated. Wow.
Oh no, it is a Black Sabbath profile picture. So
Jeez.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
good band.
Well, I didn't even call
Um,
Black Sabbath. I quite like Black
no,
Sabbath.
no. Well, no,
Well,
no. Well,
not all of them.
he probably liked Black Sabbath and Metallica and shit.
Yeah,
So
well, probably,
yeah.
but I
Yeah.
I didn't diss his loves. So I mean, that's
Uh,
he should be grateful.
yeah. Well, this next one we have. Nah, the list was going good until Metallica.
So the last one, geez,
Yeah, he was like, "Wow, I
wow,
like this."
wow,
He actually
this is
liked, and then
amazing. This is
he retracted his
amazing.
like.
And he's just
He liked it.
jeez.
He double tapped the screen, and he's like, "What the fuck? What's Metallica doing here? Unlike, I'm unfollowing if I was following. I don't know."
Well, true
But yeah.
story. It was about to be Blink 182, but then I slowly decided Metallica. I kind of have more of a disdain to, and
Right.
Green Day are kind of Blink 182 in themselves. So I mean, you kind of got the
Yeah,
gist when I
there's
put
not much
Green Day
difference
there.
going on there in Cal's eyes. So this next comment is W list by Snookeroo.
Yes, my man.
Yeah, so that's very sort of wholesome. That
That
this
is
guy
wholesome.
agrees.
Brings tears to my eyes. The simplest
And
of comments.
there's actually two under this that are also agreeing. One guy says Oasis top, and
Mm.
another guy says accurate, which is very good.
Yes. Woo.
But the next one is a picture of an Obama cutout with a
All right.
with this, I don't know what you call it, the necklace that Hawaiians give you. He says
Yeah.
L list, so that's very
Ah,
sad actually.
jeez.
We
That's
couldn't get a huge streak going there, but
that's rough.
we did have a good little streak.
Yeah. Well, I
And the
mean,
comment before that is
that's
the
good.
largest L possible. So you know.
Well, I've got one comment, so a couple of agreements. So I'm happy.
And this one says Green Day does not deserve to be put lower than Weezer. Which
Yeah.
I
Well,
did you actually rank these bands or what?
yeah, I did. I put okay, I did it in order. I didn't know how many people would realize. So I think I've gone
Oh,
Beatles, Pink Floyd,
this
Oasis,
does all right.
Catfish, everybody else, Radiohead, Weezer, Green Day, Metallica. Which in
Well,
retrospect I probably
so
should
it's
have put.
confirmed. You do
No,
like Pink
no.
Floyd over Oasis. Bang. You've
Okay,
cheated
no.
on Oasis.
I was trying to be a bit more realistic with this list because last time I put Oasis over, I put
Yeah, trying to
Oasis.
be more
I put
realistic, yet you still get all the hate comments.
yeah. Well, I mean, imagine if I put Oasis over the Beatles, that would have gone down like a bloody house lit with oil. That
So
was a
this,
weird analogy. What was okay?
yeah, I'm gonna just forget that. This guy says Radiohead at the top. It's not even a debate. Which
Well, it definitely
average
is.
Radiohead fan. Uh,
Over the Beatles.
Come on, man.
Wow.
And the guy under this, guess what he says? The
I agree.
Beatles are mid.
Ah, jeez. That's yeah, no.
You have
Don't
to
ag-
be you're a special
yeah.
snowflake if you. Well, you're just really a special snowflake.
It's
You
yeah. I
must really be
can't say I
a
terribly agree, but you do you.
you do you
You
champion.
do you.
I'm
Yep.
commenting. I'm replying. You must be a really special snowflake.
Wow, hitting back at the haters on my behalf.
Yeah,
That's incredible.
yeah,
Um,
it's okay, Cal. I'm helping you out
you're my
here.
security. I need to hire you full time.
Yeah, even though I did like some of the hate comments, just pretty funny.
Yeah, well,
I did like the one that
she'll be
said
right. I'll
"greatest
survive.
hell I've ever seen," which I think is pretty funny.
Yeah.
But
All right. Well, it's comment of the
uh,
week. Why wouldn't you? It's like I'll like it if I have to.
so this next comment is "shut up."
Thank you.
Shut up.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, that is the one that you didn't reply to. Well, maybe
Oh,
multiple was a shut up. And this guy's he's got Kurt Cobain as his profile picture, so you can tell he probably is a fan of maybe Radiohead as well. You know,
okay. Right.
yeah. And this person underneath him says, "Green Day are fucking shite. Why is everyone getting so pissed off about it?"
I agree. That should have been my comment of the week.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have had the same ring, but then I agree.
And
I don't know. Yeah.
people are in agreement. This comment on Metallica are good from 83 to 88. Rest is hit and miss. But Green Day are shot, and good to
Yeah.
see. I think people don't agree that Green Day is shot, but most people are pissed off about Metallica and Radiohead. People don't really care about. Well, I was gonna say people don't really care about Weezer, but the comment under that says Weezer is the best band of all time.
Well, I mean, Weezer fans are in their own category, really. I mean,
Someone
they just
replies,
kind
I sincerely hope this is a joke, and the person replies, I fucking love Weezer, seriously.
That's oh no, my headphones have been unplugged. I can't hear
I
anything.
know.
This is terrible.
I know, man. I'm just going to say a
Yeah.
bunch of censored words, and he won't even realize.
Okay.
Kidding. I'm kidding.
Jeez. Wow.
Wait, did you heard that?
Yeah, I had that little part. This is awkward. Well, I mean, yeah.
I didn't say anything. I just said,
No, yeah, it was
make
being,
sure you
being
follow
good.
TFK on TikTok.
Yeah. Basic
Oasis-
propaganda.
Oh, this guy says Oasis has 3 good songs. Lol.
LOL.
He's
Yeah.
really showing his he's really marking his territory by saying lol. He's sort of showing his dominance on you.
I'd like it to be known we actually have 4 good songs. So, so
we.
yeah. I'm Oasis's new bass player.
Yeah. Get out of here, fucking. Who's their bass player?
Gwigsy or Andy Bell,
Yeah,
whoever you like
Gwigsy.
more. Yeah.
I like Andy Belmore. Fuck you.
Wow, that's
Not Andy Belmore. Andy Belmore sounds like some fucking former
I prefer
British
Andy
player.
Bell. You could have just said that.
Welcome. We're going to be interviewing Andy Belmore here on Sky Sports before the Tottenham v Chelsea game. Thank you, everybody.
We should ask if Andy Bell wants to come on the podcast. He'd be interesting. He's not only he only learnt bass for Oasis. There you go. Fun fact.
Did he?
Yeah,
Okay,
they hired a guitarist to play bass.
Yeah, well,
Wow.
how are we going to get Andy Bell on? I tried to get Christian Petrarca on, and he ignored me. So
Jeez.
I should try people though. I should definitely.
We need to start reaching out.
Pauline Hanson, who you don't like anymore.
Well, I mean,
controversy.
I thought it was a funny meme at the time, but then kind of just spiraled out of control when I actually watched a policy video. So,
Cal, where's your redneck heart gone, man?
what do you mean? I'm a lefty.
You're
I'm the
a
opposite.
well-known redneck, Cal. Everybody knows.
Am I? Jeez, am I?
Yeah. No, we'll say another comment is, what the fuck is this?
A TikTok.
What is it, Cal? Bang.
Bang. Yep.
TikTok.
Tell it how it is.
TikTok are the one and only TFCal.
Yeah, I'm slowly losing that title. I'm just TFK now.
They're not the one and only. There's copycats.
My last like 4 or 5 days, they've just been horrific. I've got no ideas at
Probably
all.
me now with my videos that I've given up on because they get no views. Well, they
Wow.
get views, they don't get likes.
Wow, stop the grind.
I'm a likes whore. Well, I guess we'll do this last video. You've only released 2 videos.
Yeah.
In that span, which you don't release daily anymore, which is a bit sad.
No, I do release daily.
Oh wait, do we? Oh no, we've still got band's best category. Well, we won't do this video. That's a bit boring.
Wow,
We'll do
jeez.
top 10 covers of all time and see what the new comments are.
Yes, okay.
The fact you haven't got Nirvana's cover of Where Did You Sleep Last Night at 1 proves you're objectively wrong.
He's a
I don't
bug.
really-
You've already,
I don't think-
why are you slacking me off here?
I didn't do anything. Yeah. Where did you sleep last night? I don't even give a shit about where did you sleep.
I feel like the man who built the moons. Not the man who built the moon. I'm thinking of
He sold the moon.
the man who sold the world. That's
Sold
the one.
world, not just
I
the
feel,
moon.
I feel like that's a far better cover, but
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
Nirvana number 1 in my opinion. What do you think?
well, you can think that. That's all right.
This guy says, "Oh, he's a David Bowie stan." This guy, so I think he's probably thinking of the man who sold the world.
I'm waiting until somebody just has my guts for putting Sam Fender number 1. I feel like that's a bit
looks like a
inevitable
job
at
for
this
me.
point. No.
No, it is going to be a job for me. I'm
Oh,
going to
no.
why the fuck is there nobody like Sam Fender at number 1?
He's on TikTok. He might say that.
No, he won't.
Oh, jeez. Well, okay. If Sam Fender
No,
likes
I
this,
already commented terrible, so I better delete that comment. My comment is, why the fuck is nobody like Sam Fender at number 1?
you're
exactly
just
what you
trying to
wanted.
bait comment of the week. I think.
I'm not sure. Well, maybe I am, but
Yeah,
that
maybe
doesn't
you
matter.
are.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. That was.
Okay, well, there's not many other
Okay,
comments. There's
well,
not many
now,
other comments, to be honest.
I believe you've got a Happy Jack segment.
Yes, my Wolverhampton Wanderers shirt has arrived earlier than expected.
Wow.
Arrived on Friday, the day of my vaccination. That's how I remember it. Very, very exciting stuff.
Wow. Remember last
Yeah, no,
Thursday when we didn't think it was going to arrive until tomorrow?
no,
What an
it's
amazing
arrived.
time to be alive. It's arrived early. It,
Yeah, what
it
an
arrived.
amazing time.
It arrived the day after he said it would arrive in a week's time. How
Yeah,
about that?
it's unbelievably
That-
good.
That's
Very good day.
it's amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I'm going to sour your mood a bit,
Oh,
and talk about a tough topic that might hurt your feelings a little bit. But as you may have noticed, um, people have been stealing your I think this guy likes Oasis trend on my
yeah,
comment
this
section,
is disgusting.
and it's not
This
just
is
happened once;
disgusting.
it's happened a lot.
It's happened
It's
twice.
happened twice. Can you believe that?
That's a lot. It's too much. It's too one. I was angry about. Two, oh my goodness, and they're both by different people.
Different
I can't
people.
believe they
And
stolen my trademark.
one said he doesn't even like Oasis. So this is like I said W implying the comment, and then he just dissed me. Like this is I couldn't
No,
believe it.
no, my comment. It's Jack Tungibb's staple. People do know this, right? It's my staple.
It's your staple
They've
that you
gone and
stole.
stole
It's
it.
yours.
They've I can't believe I was always getting the top comment when I did that. They're not getting even close with their comments.
Angry,
I say I think this guy likes Oasis the best. And they stole it from me and they sucked at it as well. It's like the American in-betweeners.
Angry Jack returns. Wow,
It's disgusting.
we brought him back. I've managed to muster one more Angry Jack.
You
One,
managed to find it.
yeah, yeah. Geez, that really
What a
hit
disgrace.
a sore point, didn't it? Um,
Yep.
that's
Peeved off.
yeah. Well, still waiting for a bit of a angry TFK. I'm a calm-mannered person, so I mean, I'm waiting for something to genuinely annoy me that I can come and rant about.
I feel like you only get angry about you don't get angry about much.
I get angry if Melbourne lose.
You don't get angry. Yeah, you don't though.
That's not even anger.
You just get
That's just.
upset.
Oh yeah, that's
You just get
just
upset. You're like, oh,
nothing. I don't think
yeah.
anything genuinely makes me angry.
You just like that whelp meme,
Well,
that rage comment of the rage comic of the whelp guy, where he's just got the long mouth. It's very sad.
right. Yeah. Well, what do I just
Maybe
just don't
angry
show
Cal next
emotion?
week.
So right. I'll try to find something that annoys me. I mean, there are certain things that annoy me, but I won't go into it.
I'll
Because
think of
they're
something for next week and
too
try and
too
make it angry.
political. Because
We're not getting political.
we're not getting
I feel like
political.
there
We're
could
not
be
getting political.
certain political things that could make you
Yes,
angry,
there
but
are definitely
even that you just
certain
sort of be a whelp
views
guy.
that annoy me a bit. But yeah, I don't know. If you or somebody you know knows something that might anger
Make
me,
sure to comment
please call in to the one of these days podcast and
under the hotline 0467
don't dox me.
223. Yeah, that's definitely a real phone number.
Wow,
Call it.
huge. Yeah, yeah. Don't call that. But yeah. Please tell Jack what might anger me, and we'll see if it angers me. Because I mean,
I'll think of something.
yeah, I feel like this should just be a thing. Try and make me angry until I actually get angry.
Yeah.
I'm, have you seen my TikTok comments? I'm a man of steel. I'm just yeah. It's quite a task, you could say. Anyway,
Yeah.
is that all you've got? Do you have anything else to add, or is that you finished for the day?
No, I reckon I'm finished for the day. I reckon I should do the outro.
Okay, you want to
Okay,
do the
no.
outro? Jeez, okay.
Yeah, I reckon. Okay. Thank you for listening to this podcast. Unless you're on YouTube, of course, but there's not
discriminating.
many of you on YouTube, to be honest. Make sure you follow, you subscribe if you're on YouTube, like the video or whatever you do on Spotify. I don't. What is it? You
Right,
you
yeah,
fucking add it to your episodes or whatever.
yeah,
Make sure you do that. I've been Jack. He's been Cal.
yeah.
And
That's me.
what do you say? You say
Said,
something.
thank you all for watching. If you made it this far, thank you all for watching.
Yes, if you made it this far, I know you have because you
Because
wouldn't be listening to this anyway. Unless you skip to the end, you just really love listening to us ending the podcast because you hate us so much. Maybe that's what tickles your pickle. But,
yeah, jeez.
yeah. Anyway, I've been Jack. He's been Cal. I've been angry. about something. He's been whelping about everything, and yeah, what are you saying? You said
Okay,
peace and
okay,
love.
okay. Thanks everybody for watching. If you made it this far, appreciate you. Everybody else, thanks for just being here. He's been Jack. I've been Cal. Thank you everybody for watching. Peace and love. That's
You
how
know that I said it
that's how
three
you do
times
it. That's how you
before.
do it. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so, signing off for real now. I think. Thank you everybody for watching. Again, really appreciate you all. Thank you for sticking around. Peace and love.